All right, Daniel, just introduce yourself. Who are you and what do you do?
Hi guys, I'm Daniel from Singapore. I run Bebop Asia, a digital PR marketing agency. We've been running it for the last 13 years. We work primarily with tech startups and small and medium enterprises. At the same time, we also do go-to-market programs for businesses coming into Singapore and Singapore out to the rest of the world. We've been working with Chester, I think it's close to about half a year already. And it's been quite a ride.
Yeah, 100%. It's been good. It's been really good. And what was the main issue with your sleep before you came to me? Like, what was actually going on with it?
Sleep was inconsistent. There are some days where I would sleep little and feel great. Some days where I make an effort to catch up on my sleep and I wake up still feeling like crap. And I just couldn't nail it. And it was just very frustrating where I'm rolling the dice. I'm sleeping every night, but I'm waking up and like some days I'm feeling great and some days I'm not. And there's some days where like I really need to like be on point, but I can't. And some days where it's like an easy day and I'm fresh and it doesn't really make sense. So that inconsistency and just waking up and not knowing how much gas I have in the tank, that was really, really bothering me.
Yeah, 100%. Like the inconsistency, right, of not knowing if you're going to be at your best or if you're going to be like lower energy and lower focus. Can you think of any specific moments in the day where if you'd slept worse and you felt worse, it would be affected?
Ah, like I mean, ideally, right? Like I shouldn't feel bad waking up, you know. But sometimes just the fact that just knowing that I'm nerved, just knowing that I'm waking up and my energy is not there, it just doesn't make sense. It's like I haven't even started the day, and it already feels like I'm almost done with it, and the sun's like still up, and really, really sucks. So like even if like I had a free day, I want to do something, I couldn't even enjoy myself, even if I had free time, and that really, really bothered me.
Yeah. And for you, I know you quite well, right? And for me, looking into that and the reason why it's bothering you and frustrating is because you're very ambitious. What do you feel like that was not allowing you to do that you wanted to do?
With the lack of sleep, right? Or the lack of quality, it's rolling the dice. And the thing is not being able to show up when I need to. Even though when I put in the effort, like, okay, I know I got a big pitch tomorrow. I know I got this event to do. I made the time. I'm going to bed early and I wake up feeling like crap. And it sort of wired my mind in the wrong way, right? It's sort of like I felt kind of helpless where I didn't know even if I did the wrong or right thing, it doesn't matter because there was no pattern that I could ascertain. It's not like, okay, sometimes I sleep late and I wake up feeling like $100 or $1 million. Some days I sleep early, but sleep is just bad and I wake up to the point that I started adopting bad sleep habits because I started seeing that, look, I could feel great sleeping late at night. So let's just sleep late every night. And the things that at least I'll get a few more hours. And since it's going to be randomized anyway, right? I could control what time I slept, but like that didn't really affect whether or not I woke up feeling good. So I think that sort of like cascaded me down like a path where I was just consistently fighting off the back foot, hoping for a good result.
Yeah. Sort of spinning your wheels with it and it's like, okay, I don't know what works. Let me just try this random thing. Or let me just like not actually put anything in place at all because like regardless of what I do, it doesn't work. So can you think of like all the things that you actually tried in order to improve your sleep and make it more consistent?
I was trying taking supplements. I was trying a whole bunch of things, but like the things that I had no control was where I would wake up in the middle of the night, you know, or I would try to sleep early and just end up staring at the ceiling for hours. And just when I want to try to close my eyes or I start to feel tired, it's like, oh crap, dude, you only got like 2 hours left. What's going on? Where did the time go? Like, how did it pass so fast and you're so unrested? So that was very annoying, and I couldn't stop thinking sometimes.
Mm, yeah. With the thoughts and your mind just thinking randomly, like what specifically were you thinking about?
It's always about work. Or I'm worried about the next day, you know. And it's weird. Like
Mm,
sometimes I can have a day that starts as early as 5 in the morning, and I feel so anxious that I can't sleep because I'm afraid I'll oversleep. That I end up not sleeping, and I have some days that start at 12, and like, oh yeah, there's no way I'm gonna sleep till 12. And just having that thought in my mind, like there's no way I'll miss the appointment. I could sleep earlier, and that's just one of the things. But sometimes like there's nothing the next day, but just the wheels keep on spinning, and I'm in like a death loop of thoughts. Like the thoughts keep looping, and I can't get out of it. And it's
yeah. I remember you saying that exact thing on our first call about like just the looping thoughts that just wouldn't switch off. How long would you say that you were in this pattern for with random sleep and racing mind and, the time spent awake in the night? Like, how long was this going on for?
I think before I started talking to you, Chester, it was going on for more than about 16, 17 months. Like when it became a lot more apparent that just kept happening.
And over that time, like, what was it that made you think to yourself, like, this is enough now, like, I just need to get this sorted?
I think when the year started, everyone's got like all these New Year resolutions. I want to start the year strong and this and that.
Mm,
And everyone does like, oh, I'm gonna start the year strong. And the first week of January or the first 2 weeks of January, everyone's in the gym, and then everyone just disappears. I didn't really have that problem. My problem was that like I want to start the year with a clear mind, you know, and just like it's happened to me on multiple occasions, across those months where I feel like like whatever happens, I could be really unrested. I could still make it work, but
mm.
it just made me realize, man, like why am I sucking at something that's supposed to be so simple? It's just sleep, right? But like, how come I couldn't get it right? It was so freaking annoying.
Yeah, I get that, right? And it's a case of other things like, for example, training and nutrition, like, and just work, like, the more you put in, the more you get out in most senses. So you don't really have the same thing with sleep. So when you don't know like what to actually do for it, and then it's just like going around in cycles, it's frustrating, right? Um, and with that, right, when you decided you needed to change it, and when you decided to actually get a sleep coach, me, what did other people say about that?
They thought it was like really like some people thought it was amusing, some people thought it was interesting, some people thought it was silly. But the people, my friends and partners that knew me knew there was something serious because I'm a kind of a I'm the kind of person where I'm all or nothing. I don't do things halfway. So they know like if I wanted to do something, I would do it all the way. They was asking me like why? Like what's wrong with you? Like why sleep? And I told them like I'm doing everything right. Like my nutrition was more or less on point. My workouts were on point. I'm working out like 7 days a week. You know, so like then what's missing? It's like whatever I need to do right, I'm doing right. And there's this saying I think by John Danaher, he was like he's a world class jiu-jitsu coach. So many world champions under his belt. And he had one thing he said in the podcast that really stuck out to me. He said that when he's working with athletes, like people aren't overtraining, they're just underrested. And that mindset just really clicked in my head. Because like I know I was like just pumping the gas on all cylinders, but like yeah, I'm disciplined enough to go to the gym, to do my work, to do my workouts. I'm disciplined enough to watch my diet, but like I just couldn't nail sleep. And that just made everything a lot harder than it should be. It's a lot harder than things could be, you know. Like when my sleep is bad, everything's a lot harder. Like I can feel it. I can feel it. I didn't like it.
Yeah. I mean, people hear sleep, but what we're really doing is stopping your performance from being impacted, right? Like we're stopping you feeling like you've got like you because you've got ambition, but when you have poor sleep, obviously drive reduces, motivation drops, you just want to stay in bed, you're low energy, low focus. So yes, we are focusing on sleep, but we're focusing on sleep with the intention of maximizing your performance, which is the whole thing. I think if people thought of it in that way, I think they'd understand a bit more. In terms of the process and us working together, how did you find it day to day?
The process was actually a lot more organic than I thought it would be. You know, I thought it's gonna be really um disruptive, but it wasn't. You know. And the thing about it is like one thing that I enjoy working with you is that you're able to scale the lessons. I think okay. I think what you did with me is probably what you do with a lot of your clients. Like there's a certain kind of instruction that certain clients need, right? And one of the things that I've always been getting from some of my coaches and all that, they've been telling me like you tend to just like have your foot on the gas all the time. And that's what I did, right? And like it's not sleeping isn't something like hey bro, you gotta sleep harder, bro. Like that doesn't work. so so the way you coached me was very much like you already knew I had a drive, but you are able to direct it towards like small actions, small things. It's like, okay, you're already doing it. You constantly tell me I'm doing a lot of things right already. Why not do this? Let's just add one thing or two things. That's really manageable. It doesn't mess up my schedule. It doesn't mess up the things I'm doing in life. It doesn't like I don't need to go out of my way. It's sort of like since you're already doing this, why not add this or why not do a little bit less of that? You were really, I'd say, really in tune with what I wanted to get done and really understanding with like the demands of like of life and work that I had to still fulfill. So yeah, I thought that was actually really kind of cool.
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely about learning your pattern, right? And I think a lot of people want to just like do more, do more, do more. And I know you would have. I remember on like our second or third call, you were like, oh, this is actually like not as full on as I expected. And it's like, it's because sleep doesn't require that. That's why like the generic 6, 7, 8. Oh, you need to no screens 2 hours before bed. Oh, take magnesium glycinate. It's just doing all of these things, but not like really literally knowing why you're doing it is why it doesn't work. So we just needed to fix the 1 to 2 things that are actually disrupting your sleep, right? Us actually going ahead and doing that, some key stats that we saw, that we did for our tracking. Um, you were taking 51 minutes to fall asleep on average on the first week, and that shifted to under 20. And also, you used to spend over an hour awake in the middle of the night, and we got that down to around 15 minutes average. So how did that change things for you?
The waking up in the middle of the night was something that was really, really tough because what ended up happening is that I would sleep 2 hours, or wake up for an hour and a half, sleep another 2 hours, wake up for an hour and a half. So I'm trying to be in bed for 7 hours, but realistically, I've only got maybe 4 hours or less of sleep. And I can't get that time back, right? And being able to just like fall asleep fast, I thought that was a really good boon. It's like, okay, so I could really clock in that time and to have that sleep uninterrupted. I think that was the biggest game changer. You know, so I think one of the things that we ended up having was that my sleep score did improve substantially, even though my sleep timing was the same or sometimes less. So I thought that was actually really kind of cool.
Yeah, we highlighted it was the quality of your sleep that massively improved. The duration was what we're still working on, but the quality and with that, right? Like how do you feel like that changed for you the next day? So when you're at work in the morning, what changed for you as a result of getting better quality sleep?
It felt like time travel. Like I could close the night or the previous day properly. I close my eyes, open my eyes. It's a brand new day, and my battery is fully charged. And it feels like okay, yep, let's go, let's get after it. And I could get after it.
Mm,
And the thing is that like the challenges that I faced were external. There was no more internal challenges. Like, oh man, this is hard because like I'm feeling so tired, or this is hard because like my brain's not working. It's like this is hard because it's something else, but like I can deal with it. I'm all right.
mm,
Like I say, like there's some days when I'm feeling really tired, I second guess and doubt myself. Um, and some days when I sleep well, I wake up and I feel like I could take on God and his two sisters. You know, that's how it feels like. Yeah.
and when did you notice that specifically in the day? So with your work, right, and your business, like, what do you feel like that helped with most?
Clarity. Like sometimes you feel good, you feel productive because you feel like you've crossed the hurdle. But sometimes that's not really why you feel productive. You feel productive because like that took way more fucking effort than it should. So like it
Mm,
felt like you did a lot, but you didn't do much. And
mm,
sometimes like when I'm fresh, I get a lot done and like that wasn't too hard. That didn't take a lot of time. I got that done. Now I can enjoy the rest of my day. It's good. Now I can do something else. You know, I, I'm not
yeah.
I'm not I'm not grasping for straws or like running from one checkpoint to another or spinning multiple plates and just waiting to see which one falls. It's like, okay, I've got this done. Let's go on to the next thing. Let's go on to the next thing. And I could feel accomplished and productive without it being a slog. You know, like I could feel like I've done my work without it. Like, like I didn't need to like sacrifice so much. Or I didn't need to suffer to get what I want. You know, or it made a lot more sense. It was very directed. Like I feel like my efforts were very directed. I feel like a lot more efficient. I feel like like there's a lot more I can get done without compromising the quality. Because like if when I don't sleep well, everything's a lot harder and not everything's clear. At a certain stage of your business, the quality and speed of the decisions are the ones that really make or break the projects, really make or break the trajectory of things. And
Mm,
just knowing that like I could trust myself, I could trust the decisions I make. And it's not like sometimes I go back and say, oh man, like I did as best as I could because now it's not like I did the best I could, done.
mm,
That was it. I could just move forward. I was not second guessing myself anymore. It's great.
yeah. And for you, I can imagine that's quite important because, like, you're someone that wants to always do their best, right?
Yep.
And never like, no, I could have been this, I could have been that.
I don't like the woulda, coulda, shoulda. It kind of sucks. And like, why do you not want to fire on all cylinders properly? Whatever happens, time's gonna pass you by anyway. No, I wanted to be able to be effective in my time. I wanted, you know, the work I put in to mean something, right? I think you see me where win, lose or draw. Sometimes like I could get a win and I don't feel so good because there's so many things that I could have done better. And sometimes I could get a loss and I feel good because like I learned a lot. Like there's enough things in it to bring me to the next level. I just want to make sure that my input, when it comes to output, I can't control a lot of things, but like my input I can control, and just to have that ownership of it, that's great.
Definitely. It's like taking back control over like what you can do. And then naturally your output's going to increase anyway, but at least you're doing everything in your power to maximize that, right?
That's it.
And like with all that said, who would you actually recommend this to?
To be honest, I think I know this sounds kind of corny and silly, but I think everyone can afford to learn to sleep better. It's one of those things that you take for granted, right? Like even breathing, like there's breathing exercises and there's cadences to breathing. There's ways you can breathe better so you get better output in the gym and in training. And people say, yeah, you breathe all the time, but some people breathing is shit, and some people like their sleep is shit. The problem is that I think it all goes down to baselines. Okay, for me, I work out. Oh, I'm quite active, so I'm pretty much in tune with my body and my mind. Right, when something's off, I can feel it, and I know people who have sort of like been sleepwalking their whole life. It's like that's normal to them, and to the point that like
Mm,
feeling that low energy is like, oh yeah, that's how I feel every day. I feel like shit. I need like 8 coffees to get through this. It's like no, that's not normal. Like when you were a kid, you didn't
mm,
need to do that. Say, oh, because I'm a working adult. No, 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 not much has changed, but your energy level is shit. And I think it's sort of like with chronic pain or certain things, right? We adapt really, really well, and that's a good thing. That's one of the best things about being human, right? Like we're very adaptable. However, sometimes like we adapt to the wrong things. We adapt
mm,
and get used to the fact that like oh, I'll run like 60% of my gas tank is my new 100%. No, that should not be the way. And
yeah.
I know a lot of people who are just running on, they're like they're trying to race around the track with the handbrake up and just wondering oh, why's my clutch all screwed up? Why can't I turn the corner? Why can't I hit like 100 miles an hour? Or like, why when I do that, I'm out for so long? Like, yeah, dude, you're not doing it right. And I think ultimately sleep is the basis of everything. If I don't sleep well, I know I get weird food cravings. I eat more than I should. I drink more than I should. I spend like way more time to get simple things done, and it sucks. But my sleep is good. Everything's good. Everything's smooth. Way easier. Everything is
Foundation. Like,
It's not even that, man. I think a lot of people think like the grind, right? The hustle and the grind, and they think that's important. I think that is a very big part of getting shit done or being an entrepreneur on that. But that's not the angle. Like that is part of the process, but it shouldn't have to be that way all the time. It should not have to feel hard and hard fought to get a result. Sometimes a lot of the friction is internal. A lot of the friction is on our side. And people don't understand that. I mean, sometimes like everything just goes really smoothly. You didn't need to work that hard for it. You didn't need to struggle or suffer for it, and it still works. And people say, oh, it's luck. Yeah, cool. It could be luck, but it could be that you rested well. You were
mm,
able to do things to the best of your ability, to the best of your potential, without being hampered. Like you were not getting in your own way. And I think a lot of people, expect like I know a lot of high performers or people who just want to get shit done, or people who are supposedly busy all the time, that they get in their own way more often than anything else, and they don't realize it, and it's bloody shocking.
100%, man. It's like capping your own output. Again, it's just having this thing that's holding you back so dearly and just adjusting to the new normal when it's not the normal. But again, like you said, humans will adapt to anything. So like having low energy days, needing caffeine, having brain fog, having to read something 5 times over, that just becomes like, oh, it's fine. It's because I'm busy. It's because I'm working. Well, no, it's because your sleep's not great, right? Um, and like, what would you actually say to someone that was thinking that or that wasn't sure, was a bit skeptical, but was thinking about it? Like, what would you actually say to them?
Just book an introductory call with you. Just do that. That's how we started. Like just find out more. Like, what have you got to lose? You don't know what you don't know. You think you're doing well, but maybe you're not. You know, and this is it's like everyone is learning, trying to learn to be a good speaker, but no one takes effort to learn to be a better listener. It's kind of weird. Like the skills are all lopsided. Everyone's thinking about ways to maximize their stack, but no one's thinking about like preserving their battery. Because it's when I'm working out, I'm doing my high rocks or like doing my CrossFit, like I'm pumping. I can see the work. Oh, resting's not work. No, no, no. Like rest is a part of the work. You can't think that like you rest and to rest you work to work. No, no. Like rest is part of your work. It is part of your job to rest so you can work better. I think it's just a fundamental shift, right? They look at,
Mm.
I need to work better and faster. Yeah. But they don't see sleep as part of the working process. And that's what actually a core mindset change. Like recovery is part of your work process. Athletes do that. Athletes don't just go high the gym all the time. They have a recovery protocol. They have nutrition. They have their days where they go balls to the wall. They have days where they need to taper down before the fight. All that is part of the work. Nothing is in isolation.
That's a really good summary. Yeah, that's fantastic. You summarized it so well. That pretty much covers everything, and that was honestly fantastic. And just hearing your thoughts and your perspective change as well from when we started together to now. Now you've seen the benefits and just how you've changed your thinking and your mindset around sleep and the way it's like integral for performance is fantastic. Do you have anything else that you'd like to mention or say, or we we all good?
I think last thing or one thing that I is worth mentioning or repeating, right? Just to send the message home. Everyone's already working as hard as they can, but they're not sleeping as well as they should. Just try it. Just try it. Just don't. People need to stop pegging effort and suffering to achievement. There is no badge of honor in suffering to get what you want. Like sometimes you have to suffer to get what you want, but like it's not a prerequisite. It your victories are not lessened because you didn't need to eat shit as much. A victory is a victory.
Mm.
And life's hard as it is. Business and life, they are hard. No, the fates are mercurial. You're not sure what's going to happen next week with the way the world's going. But you can make sure that you show up 100%. And showing up 100% is not just a work, it's a preparation. And sleep is probably the biggest part of preparation. Just sleep well. Just try it. Everything's going to be way easier. Because the thing is that you're not looking to make things hard. You're looking to make things work.
Mm.
No one cares about your efforts. People care about your results. To get a good result, show up 100%. Show up 100%. Rest well. Because I know a lot of you out there, you're gonna go balls to the wall anyway. You're gonna put in the work anyway. I have no doubt you're hardworking. But then rest well.